Hi everyone, welcome to the second lesson on data definition language with SQL. In this lesson, we will see what is data definition language and what are the different tools or usage of data definition language. So, what are the essential concepts of creating and managing the structure of database? So this is where SQL's data definition language is helpful. DDL is a part of SQL that deals with the structure of database. DDL allows us to define, modify and delete database objects like tables, indexes and views. Key DDL commands are creating new database objects like tables, views, or indexes. Alter, when we need to modify the structure of an existing object, like adding or removing columns in a table, changing the data types of a table, etc. If we want to delete an existing database object, it can be views, it can be tables, it can be indexes. We can do this with delete command. So for example, we can create table with create statement. Here we are creating table, create table users. The schema has 3 columns: user ID of type integer, username of type varchar, email of type varchar. And when we alter the table, we can do alter table users, add a new column, birth date of the type date type. And we can delete the table or we can drop the table with drop table users. So I have used livesql.oracle.com, which is a free portal of doing this exercise. So let's go through this. I have ran create table users in my LiveSQL portal. So once I ran this and the query ran successfully, what does it do? If you come to the schema tab on the left side, we will see that a table of name users has got created successfully, and the schema has 3 columns: user ID, username, email, and they are of data type number varchar2. So this is how your database object gets created. Now if we have to alter this table and add a new column called birth date of data type date, we ran alter table users in this portal, and once it ran successfully, we can see that we have a new column added to the existing schema of type date type. And when we ran drop table users and we see after the statement got successfully completed and we go and click on the schema, there is no database object, which indicates that your database object has been dropped successfully. Now in the first lesson we talked about what is primary key, what is foreign key. Let's understand here with different create statement. So in the first we have a create table artist. It has one artist ID of type integer and primary key. Artist name is a varchar and it's a not null. So not null is a constraint we are associating with this column name. So there the value cannot be null. Then we have another table, create table album, where album ID is the primary key, album name is your varchar2 and it's a not null column. Artist ID integer is a foreign key which reference your artist table, the primary key artist ID. So, what is this foreign key? So, the foreign key field in the album maps to the primary key field in the table artist. So, this is for referential integrity, the parent child relationship. Then we are having another table, create table songs, where we have a song ID as the primary key, song title as a varchar2 field and is a not null column. And here we are having a column album ID integer, which is a foreign key. So we have album ID field in the table songs as a foreign key which references your album ID primary key in the table album. So artist is a parent table and the child table is album. Then we have a parent table album for the child table song. So how does it look when we run it in the portal, SQL portal? So when we ran the create table album and it ran successfully, we can see we have the columns album ID, album name, artist ID. So what was the albums table? The albums table has album ID, album name, and the foreign key was artist ID. So here we can see artist ID as a foreign key with which links to the artist table. In the artist table, we had artist ID, artist name. So artist ID is your primary key and there was a not null constant on the artist name. So under the constant tab, we can see the condition artist name is not null. So when we load this table, there is always going to be a check. If any value is null and we are trying to insert, it will error out because we have a constant here. And then we have a song. So what was the table songs had? The table songs had song ID, song title, and it has a album ID foreign key linking to the parent table albums. Let's see here. So in the songs table, we have this album ID. So under the constant, we see that this is a foreign key and it links to the albums table album ID. And then we have a primary key song ID and there is a constant that is checked called song title is not null. So this constant song title is not null gets applied every time we try to load a table or insert a table. That's all for today. Thank you. We wrap our session on DDL. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye.